Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Year in Review. This year, of course, we're talking about my entire 2024, and if I sound a bit weird, yeah, I'm sick. I was sick around this time last year, too. I don't remember if it was a little before or a little after, but yeah. Anyway, it's fine, it's whatever. But yeah, we're gonna do the Year in Review like I always like to do. So, we left off where we left off was on the main channel. I had finally put out a behind the scenes video for the 3 Days Grace album ranking that Tyson and I did earlier in 2023, and that came out near the end of the year, and that was the last video of 2023 on the main channel. And the last video of 2023 on the gaming channel, we had three in quick succession. It was the PlayStation wrap-up, the Switch year in review, and the Xbox year in review. It was all of those quick succession, just a few days apart from one another. And that was pretty cool. I did enjoy doing those. I didn't do them this year because I barely played on my Switch or Xbox this year. And I did record the PlayStation wrap-up, but we'll get into it. We'll get into why I haven't really touched the raw footage for that. But then we did nothing in 2023 for what was then the archive channel, but that ended up becoming a music channel called TGC Radio, which was originally a series on the main channel that I had started in late 2023, back in November. And I decided to pivot that, pull the videos off of the main channel, put those onto the archive channel, rebranding that, and actually getting use out of that, since I didn't really have any sort of viewers on there anyway. But okay, so let's just go right into the TGC Radio first, I guess, because yeah, there's a lot to say there. So I really enjoyed the series idea. I was doing really well, and I kept it consistent for a long time, doing consistently weekly videos. When did I stop? Let me just look real quick. So the original idea for TGC Radio, in case any of you may not know, it was originally just supposed to be, with music being one of my biggest passions, I just wanted to sit down week to week and just talk about what I've been listening to, and kind of catalog that, chronicle that. And it started off pretty well, and admittedly, even if I did kind of change things up a little bit, and we didn't keep with that idea the entire time, I did keep regular content going on TGC Radio from the start of the year, where I officially pulled the videos from the main channel that were already there and rebranded the archive channel to be TGC Radio. I uploaded all of those videos that were on the main channel over here on January 10th, 2024, and from that point forward, I kept regular content coming out until the start of August 4th, where I did a very cool video that I still like a lot, where my sister and I did a really cool little project where I gave her, what was it? We both picked 5 bands and then chose 2 songs from those bands to introduce to one another, and the idea was supposed to be trying to trying to give the other something that they wouldn't particularly know. And the video is just called My Sister Ranks My Favorite Bands, and we do that for one another, and it's a lot of fun. I did enjoy that video a lot. But yeah, there was very consistent content on TGC Radio for a while, for well more than half the year, but I just started to get really burnt out again. And again, like, I was keeping it consistent for quite a while, you know. I had all the re-uploads come out on January 10th, and some of those included the pilot episode for TGC Radio. There was one where I was talking about Spotify Wrapped, as well as going over my weekly listening. And the weekly listening was a part of every one, but for some of them I was doing a little bit more than that as well. So then we had just then we had the proper episode 2, and then we had some year-in review, not year-in reviews, we had some like year-in list that a lot of the other like music critic creators like to do. I wanted to do this because I thought it'd be fun. I didn't do any like negative videos just because like it's harder for me to do negative videos like that, because when it comes to music, if I feel like I'm not gonna listen to it, like if I feel like I'm not gonna like something, I just don't listen to it, you know? And like there are some examples where like there's something I could be excited for, or something I'm like at least interested in, can disappoint me. But in general, yeah, I don't really listen to, like, I'm not going out of my way to listen to something that I know I'm not gonna like, you know? Like, if I know I don't like a band, like, we'll use Godsmack, for example, because I don't like them. You know, so, like, I don't like Godsmack, for example, just using them as the example. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to listen to a new Godsmack album, you know what I mean? Like, because I know I'm just gonna, like, I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna find any enjoyment from it. And, like, there is the possibility, like, something on there could, like, surprise me, but more than likely not. Especially since, personally, I don't like anything about Godsmack, but that's a conversation for a different time. I was just using them as the example there. But, anyway, so, but some of the videos I was doing, the year-end list, I had my favorite songs of 2023, along with my favorite artists and albums. Then I did one where I talked about every single album that I listened to that was new to me in 2023, because I started what I called the Albums Project, where the goal was to listen to just as many albums as I possibly could that I had not really heard before, or had been quite a while since I'd listened to them. And then, yeah, just talk about those all in one cool, long video. And that's exactly what I did. Where I ended up doing just over 70 albums that were new to me. And then I did specifically, there was 2 videos after those that were geared towards music that released in 2023. And that was best albums and best songs of 2023. And if you want to check those out, you can. I think they are pretty good. But then, you know, from there, I just kind of like kept going with it. The typical weekly listening, talking about my most listened to stuff. I also started a series called the Monthly Album Roundup, where I specifically talked about every album that I listened to, which was intended to be a way, because I wanted to do the Albums Project from 2023 again, but maybe not have it be so many, maybe not, like, almost burn myself out, which, spoiler, it didn't work, but the Monthly Album Roundup was supposed to be really an easier way for me to go ahead and talk about all these albums that are new to me, basically. Talk about them earlier in a nice video format, then I can, like, put them all together at the end of the year or something. So we had that one for January, back to just regular TGC Radio, and then from there it's basically more the same. TGC Radio, Monthly Album Roundup, talking about my most listened to music monthly. I had specific videos for that as well. And then I came up with the idea to do just unscripted album reviews, because I thought that would be fun, and I just wanted to, I don't know, I just wanted to, like, sit down on camera, listen to an album, and then just talk about it right then and there without taking notes or anything, and just kind of, like, get my immediate, like, gut reaction about it. So I did that, had the debut episode be 1X, because, I mean, of course, right? That it just felt right, and I was racking my brain for a while when I had the idea, like, okay, what should be the first episode of this, because I know I wanted to start it pretty soon. And then eventually I literally saw 1X sitting on my shelf with the rest of my CDs, and it's like, oh yeah, that would work. And then I made that a little skit at the start of the video, because it worked, you know. But then just, yeah, more of the same from there. Tyson and I did a sequel to the 3 Days Grace Song vs. Song video that's on the main channel, and I put every single 3 Days Grace song from their studio albums into a randomizer, and we did a video that I called us ripping off the Rock Coliseum. Just, yeah, because I'm a big fan of what Crash, Luke, Mark, and John do in the Rock Coliseum. It's really fun, and yeah, that's basically what we were doing. And then from there, this would end up being the last monthly album roundup video, where I would really kind of like start burning myself out on TGC Radio specifically, and especially the album roundup videos, where I listened to a lot of albums well, at least a lot of albums for me specifically in April of 2024, and I end up basically reviewing 14 albums in one video for that, and it was almost 2 hours long, and yeah, there's a lot to talk about. But like I said, from there, it's just more of the same until we get to August, where we had My Sister Ranks My Favorite Bands video. The gaming channel, to move to that quickly, there's not much to talk about. The only thing I ended up putting out was I finally did another video remake where I took all of my past like video game collection videos, I cut them all down really quick, did like a rapid fire in the video of what I had at the time, at each point in time I recorded those videos, and then did a full updated video. And I had a slightly edited version, or like a slightly different edit of it for the gaming channel. That's all that came out there. And then we can just freely move back to the main channel, because that's going to be the most important thing here, really. So, and we kicked off the main channel with another What Would Have Happened video. It'd been quite a while since I'd done one of those, and I ended up doing a What Would Have Happened for the 2K19 Velocity universe, aka the casual universe that I was running and then Tyson eventually joined in. And I just went through, did a very quick recap of kind of like what had happened in that last month in the build up to Money in the Bank on both of our shows, and then Tyson didn't have any notes, like we didn't have any notes for No Mercy, but I had a bunch of notes for Velocity and what I wanted, and what I was just kind of planning to happen down the road. So, and I just went through all of those, and I ended up getting some new footage from 2K19, and yeah, there was a lot of fun actually. And then, of course, we have the Year in Review 2023 came out after that. We had that physical video game collection, video remake come out. Then I finally made a video where I was like, hey, I have 2 other channels, you should check them out, and that's literally the title of the video. And it was just me sitting down talking about the other 2 channels. Then I finally got another episode of the Universe prequel out, because it had been quite a while for that. And that was the next episode of Raw. And then I got the next episode of ECW out as well. And technically speaking, the next episode of SmackDown had already been done as well. I think it just needs to be rendered, basically. But I don't know. Unfortunately, I guess technically I do have a working capture card, but I've been having issues and blah, 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 blah. You're tired of hearing about that, probably. But anyway, yeah. So without a good, reliable way to record that, I just don't think I'm going to do Universe Prequel anymore, unfortunately. But I was finally able to get with Tyson, and we had started sometime in 2023. We had started a new tournament for Tournament Tuesdays, and we actually had a completely different promo. Like, we had recorded a promo back and forth, going at each other that way, and I had fully edited it, basically. I needed just a little bit more footage to record after the fact, but it was basically done, and the more I watched it back, the more I saw it, I'm like, I don't really like that, because we're just kind of like spinning in circles here, like, we're not, like, by the end of the promo, we got where we needed to, but it didn't feel natural, and I just didn't like that, so I have the footage somewhere, I think I still have it, but yeah, I decided to just, you know what, we're not going to do that, and decided to can that idea, basically, but I was able to, like, again, meet up with Tyson eventually sometime early 2024, and we had finished that tournament, and sometime in 2023, we recorded different promos to work with, and that's what we ended up going with, and those two promos came out, and all of those tournament videos came out one after another weekly, and that was really cool. That was a good solid, what was it? That was a good solid 7 weeks of Tournament Tuesdays content coming out. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. And sadly, I haven't been able to really meet up with Tyson since we recorded that. So yeah, definitely no new content. Do not expect any new content from the two of us anytime soon, because that has not been easy to do at all. Sadly, because, like, I wanted to. I mean, technically speaking, we did actually meet up 2 other times for content in 2024, but yeah. And to move on, we didn't have another video until July, so nothing in June. But in July, I started what I called the 10-year YouTube celebration, and this is honestly one of the biggest culprits for me getting incredibly burnt out again. But I did the entire series, where the idea was I wanted to do a video every day in the span of a month leading up to the official 10-year anniversary of the channel. So I did, even though I technically miscounted and I had to do more than 30 days, but you know, whatever. It's fine. The idea was 30 days, but it didn't work out like that. I had to do a little bit more. But yeah, so I had episode 1, which was just talking about the origins of the channel, and I went through some 3 early videos. Then I talked about the first Let's Play I ever did of Super Mario Bros. Then I talked about the Supercard content, my Curtis Axel Universe mode. And then I unfortunately couldn't get an episode out the following day. Things didn't work out between getting home from work and just not having any time to do anything, have a video. And I procrastinated getting some of the other earlier videos done outside the first one. So I did a very quick video where I just lined up some Toad plushes, Toad from Mario, in my computer chair, and I just had them give a special message. But I did still get a video out that day. And then I did an impromptu video where I unboxed the new, not so new anymore, but new Rock Band guitar, the Riffmaster from PDP. I unboxed that, and that did really well for me, and that was pretty cool. Then I talked about the history of Tournament Tuesdays. Then I talked about the history of my top 6 videos and why I was doing, like, list-based content and, like, why 6, blah, 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 blah. Then I did a short video talking about the no commentary Let's Play era of the channel. Then I did a video where I specifically talked about my Let's Talk About The Last of Us video. Then I talked about the rebranding video that wasn't really rebranding. Then I talked about the We Guess Songs video and how it was flawed, but I still love it. Then I talked about the one and only movie review that I did of Tomb Raider 2018. Then I talked about all of my different trying to do A to Z series. Then I talked about that I made a sequel video from a 2019 video where I asked where that video was, why am I a wrestling fan? And this video was, am I still a wrestling fan? And then I did a video about Trivia Thursdays. I did a video where I just gushed about Fire Pro Wrestling. Then I did a video about the the IRL wrestling predictions. Did a video. Then I made a video about 2K20 because I did some content on there. Then I did a video about my Velocity Universe mode, the year in reviews, the video remakes. I made a video about the favorite WrestleMania pay-per-views videos Tyson and I did. Then I did one about DPW, then GM mode, and then talking about the other channels. Then I had to do another impromptu one just because I didn't have time, where I finally did one where I went through my vinyl collection, which was a lot of fun and I've been wanting to do for a while. Then I did a video talking about my history with 3 Days Grace as a band. And then I finished off with... the next one was picking a song for every year of my life in a rapid fire format, and I promised I would do a full length version, and I guess I will since I did promise that. Oh, I still plan on it, I just haven't made I really haven't made the plans to do that. But then I had a video that I wanted to do more for, just the time permitted didn't really allow me to do that. But it was me talking about some of the reasons why I don't like the most recent WWE games. Namely, of course, 2K22, 23, and 24. Then I did a similar thing as the picking a song for every year of my life, and then picking a game for every year of my life. And then I wanted to start another daily series leading up to my birthday, since it was leading up to my 25th birthday. I thought that would be something I could do, and then I was just so burnt out that I couldn't keep it going. But I had the announcement for that on October 1st, led into me getting out my Astrobot PS5 Let's Play videos that I had recorded. So there was episode 1, I had me going through my entire CD collection, Astrobot episode 2, then I re-uploaded the 3 Days Grace Song vs. Song video from TC Radio over to the main channel, as well as my sister ranks my favorite bands video, as well as, actually I did that, quite a few of those. So then I did, can a 3 Days Grace superfan name their top 20 most played songs on Spotify? That was me. It was an impromptu video when I had, it was Tyson and I in his car, and I just impromptu just asked if, I just kind of impromptu asked if he wanted to do it, and he did not say no, so he gave it a shot, and that was a fun video to do, even if the audio sounds like ass. But, the audio right now probably sounds like ass, but that's because I'm sick, but, whatever. Anyway, then I did some other re-uploads with the 3 Days Grace and Kings of Leon 1X and Only by the Night, respectively, TGC Unfiltered, aka the unscripted album review videos. And then I put out, a little bit later, Astrobot episode 3, and then finally in December, the day after Christmas, December 26th, I put out Astrobot episode 4, even though I just titled it wrong, or I titled it wrong and I don't know how, but that's episode 4, so let me save that. And you may be wondering why I was taking videos from TGC Radio and putting them back on the main channel, and that's just because ultimately I realized why am I trying to run 3 channels when I don't even have one successful channel, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that doesn't make sense at all. So it's just, I don't know, like, just put everything back on one channel and just see what fucking sticks, you know what I mean? Like, that's the idea. And that's just kind of like what I'm gonna start doing. But yeah, that was all the content on all 3 of those channels. Hopefully I can pick things up, like, hopefully I can really pick things up. That's the goal. And we'll see what I can do. Hopefully I can do something cool, really build things up like I've wanted to for more than a decade now. And yeah, but that's all I got for now. I'm going to go and see if I can do something about how I'm feeling right now, and that'll be that. But I hope you enjoyed this regardless. If you did, leave a like, comment down below, share it up on social media, do all that good stuff, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.